What do men actually want but they never admit? 1. To be told I'm doing a good job. 2. Honestly, to feel deeply wanted, like I'm enough, but like someone actually sees me, desires me fully, and doesn't judge. But yeah, I don't always admit that feels too vulnerable sometimes. 3. I just want a break, man. Reply. This one. We are expected to take life on the chin and just keep going. Any sign of struggle is seen as weakness. Reply. Exactly. I am so tired all the time. I have work all week and then the last 13 weekends, and then I come home and just want to relax or play a game or sleep in past 6 a.m. or just not do chores, and I end up getting told I don't contribute enough and end up feeling lazy. 4. I want to feel safe in someone's arms. The opportunity once in a while to feel small, safe, and secure, instead of always being the big man protecting others and facing down hostilities. 5. Just hold my hand for a minute, look me in the eyes, tell me it's okay, I've done enough, we are fine. Then I can raise my head up and continue for miles. 6. Let me put it this way. Around 10 years ago, a guy at a local market complimented me on my appearance, clearly looking to flirt. I'm straight, but I still remember that, and it's been a decade. That's how little we receive compliments. Hasn't happened since. It sucks. Please tell us we look nice. It might be the only time anyone's ever said it to us. 7. To have our feelings validated rather than belittled, even when those feelings upset the women in our lives. All too often, when a man does try to share his displeasure, sadness, frustration, or whatever other negative emotion with women, especially if a woman is the source, we get told it's not that big a deal, a personal problem. Man up. Reply. People are against toxic masculinity until a man's emotions are inconvenient. Then they perpetuate it. Use that as a litmus test for who deserves to be in your life and who doesn't. 8. To play a background stormtrooper or clone trooper in an upcoming movie, I want to be the equivalent of that one trooper that ran up on a spider droid and be badass. Nobody has to know it was me who played it. It's enough for me to know it. 9. Compliments, and to be allowed to express their emotions. 10. I do ask for them rarely, but I wish I could hug more. I love hugs, so much that I remember the last 3 hugs I shared, and 2 of those were months ago. If you're still watching, means you're enjoying the stories. Subscribe so you can look forward to more stories like these. Now on to 11. Probably the worst thing for men is that when we fall, we need to get back up. And then we fall again. And sometimes, just sometimes, we can't get up. There is nobody there to pick us up. Not friends, not parents, not teachers. You're a man, you can get up yourself. As a woman, there's a crowd. Men, mom, best friend, more random men. Everyone's a shoulder to cry on. Or they'll fix it for you. As a man, good luck. I just, sometimes, wish somebody would take some load off my shoulders. Reply. This. I cannot double capitalize my letters or else I would. As someone who has fallen and can't for the life of him get up while watching the woman who destroyed my life intentionally be offered all the fucking help in the world while being demonized for trying to choose myself for the first time in years. This. 12. To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. 13. For me it's to be desired. An Eros love to be desired and wanted by a significant other would mean the world to me. 14. I'm gonna say something about women that I genuinely don't think many of them persevere with when it comes to men. It's something they give up on after the first hurdle. Women don't realize the power they have in lifting a man up and strengthening him. I've heard so many stories of women being turned off and emotionally distancing themselves once a man opens up, most of the time leading to them eventually break up. Often it's down to conscious or subconscious perception of weakness. At least that appears to be the elephant in the room, and something men have to essentially accept, no matter how existentially painful that is. But what a lot of these women don't realize is that we can feel down, insecure, and lacking confidence, and all it takes is a sincere, understanding conversation and some encouragement in a way that only a woman we care about can offer. And we're back to full strength, sometimes even more confident than before. And that confidence endures for a long time. We don't all need constant reassurance. Personally, all I need is the person that is attracted to me to snap me out of it, and I'm back to being the person she fell for in the first place. In my experience, there's a lot of women missing out on good men, because they made assumptions about a man's entire identity after one wobble. 15. A big titty goth girl. 16. When we're working in the garage or yard or on the car, etc. Just bringing us a sandwich or something to eat after a few hours makes it all worth it. Odds are we're overly frustrated with what we're doing and are too stubborn to take a break. When we're done and looking over our work, we're taking in the accomplishment. It's a source of pride and worth. Even the smallest encouragement means the world to us. 17. For women to know what they want to eat when they tell us they are hungry. 18. I just want to receive the effort I put in. At work, with my friends, or relationships. I always feel like I put in more than I get in return. And obviously friendship isn't a tit-for-tat sort of thing. But I want to feel like my presence is wanted. 19. To sometimes feel okay with being vulnerable. 20. Alright, real talk. They want to feel needed. Not in a clingy way, but in a you matter, you make a difference kind of way. They want to feel respected, like their effort means something. Even if they don't show it, they notice when someone believes in them. That stuff hits. Simple as that. 21. As a man, I love it when women approach me with interest or even ask me on a date. It's pretty rare that women ever take the initiative, because despite our society trying to reject traditional gender roles, it seems we're going to hang on to the one where the man always has to be the one who first approaches the woman. 22. A hug. And sometimes just to be appreciated for what they are and not for what they can provide. 23. Specifically, when in a loving and preferably long-term relationship, I want to be romanced. While I love and very much enjoy the sexy stuff, sex is not the same as romance, though many do seem to think that it's good enough for men to just have sex and be happy about it. Bish, I want to be wooed too. The best way would be to do something that is considered romantic, but also a little bit goofy by today's standards, like write me a poem comparing me to a summer's day. Sing me a song. Take me on a date. Hold a boombox outside my bedroom window playing our song. Buy me flowers. Try and pick me up and carry me across the threshold to our home. Something fun that we can laugh about and remember, but is undeniably sweet and romantic. No one partner should be solely in charge of keeping the romance alive. And while having sex can be a part of it, it shouldn't be the only part you contribute. 24. We want women to respect us and stop treating us like we don't matter. A lot of them are like this, but when men don't respect them and treat them badly, they scream and cry and call us toxic. 25. Larger variety in acceptable fashion options. All I got is fun ties and fun socks. Everything else unique gets looks, comments, and judgment. 26. We don't need a thank you for doing the chores we do, but also don't need our balls busted the one time we forget. 27. To be loved without conditions. To feel chosen, not just needed. To be heard, not just told to man up. 28. Night vision goggles. 29. Fruck man, I just want a good cry. And maybe an hour or two where the rest of the family is happily engaged in something I'm not expected to join in on, so I can relax without worrying that I'm leaving them lonely or that they'll resent me for not being productive around the house. 30. The Lego Star Wars Star Destroyer. 31. To understand a woman and what does she want from man. 32. To be forgotten. I realized as a child that the most important and ubiquitous things in this world, no one has any idea who created them. Sure, you can look that information up, but those inventors and thinkers and leaders' names aren't in the common parlance. I am an engineer. I build things that don't fail. There is code I wrote over a decade ago that still runs. Colleagues at those companies will tell me, it's been running all of this time. No failures or anything. I build quiet things that just work. Things that neither attract nor repel. To me, a perfect thing is a thing that seems like it was created by no one. 33. Personally, I want to be understood and loved and be able to trust she is going to be there through thick and thin. Even though most of the time we just suck it up, we are humans too, and last but not least, most men's love language is physical. 34. To be pampered like a big baby. 35. A nice big long hug with someone who cares about me until I burst into tears sounds amazing right now. Who am I kidding? I'm all I got. Guess I'ma just keep going and hope for the best because I can't give up. 36. I'm not sure about the never admit part, but I think a lot of the answers here boil down to just being given the basic considerations that we are expected to provide. Women have an entire litany of non-negotiables they expect of men, whether they bother telling them or not, while pathologizing any kind of expectation placed upon them in return. It would be nice to just feel like there was some kind of rough parody there. 37. To feel like people and loved ones are genuinely excited to be around them. 38. A boat would be nice, but generally just to be left alone once or twice a week would be cool. 39. One good thoughtful gift. I listen all year long and take notes on my iPhone if I ever hear a hint of something. Then I sit down before a gift-giving holiday and put together a gift bundle of big or little things that were mentioned throughout the year. Last Christmas, I took my girlfriend to Europe for 2 weeks. Bought her $1,500 in presents that she really wanted. Bought us a tree and all the decorations and spent a whole day decorating it while baking cookies and listening to Christmas music. She Googled tech gadgets that guys like and bought me some terrible junky thing that didn't work. All I wanted was a popcorn tin. I talked about it for a month and said it was the only thing I wanted and maybe socks. She said there were none available. So I went online and bought every single version of popcorn tins you can buy in the country and had them shipped to my house daily until New Year's. Not once have I ever received a thoughtful gift from a female. 40. We want money, but only because that's how we get a woman. We don't admit that because women get pissed off when you drop a truth bomb like that. I get why. Makes them feel like whores. But the bottom line is, kids are crazy resource intensive, and pregnancy is almost always a possibility. I knew a guy who got his girl pregnant with him using a condom, and her tubes were tied. Dave Chappelle called it when he said, if a man could fruck a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house. Point is, ultimately this is why you will never get rid of greed. Never. Fruckin'. Ever. Most guys don't want to be alone. It's a cold and miserable existence. 41. A cool stick, a fire to stand by, and a big hole to dig. 42. Time to myself is what I want right now. I desperately miss it. I'll never admit this in real life, but it is exhausting putting everyone else first. I know it's what you're supposed to do as a man, but at some point, you're pouring from an empty cup and still have to find something to pour out of it. 43. Someone to tell us that everything is going to be okay. That it's not too late, that we're doing a good job, and that they're proud of us. 44. I just want to be able to hang out with the boys and not feel guilty that I'm not working around the house or spending time with my significant other. 45. We want people to stop pretending we don't clearly say what we want all the time. We communicate constantly until we learn no one gives a fruck. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe so I can keep bringing you more of these stories. Thanks for sticking around till the end. See you next time, and take care.